The truth of your business is this. Your business is a mirror of you. And I want you to consider this. Your strengths are your business strengths. And your not strengths, your weaknesses, where you lack, your business is reflecting that. So if you are a strategic person, like in my case, I'm a very strategic woman. So my business, that strength is showing up in my business. I have all kinds of strategies around everything. Okay? One of the things that I lack, okay, is I lack a lot of like creativity. Like I cannot build you up a design flyer. But when I see it, I know if I like it. Now with AI, that's a whole different story. But let's say we didn't have AI. So because I lack creativity and design and colors and everything, my business will reflect that. Now, lucky for me, I'm so self-aware that I know what I lack and I get help with the areas that I lack. I'm going to say that again. I understand what I lack. Therefore, I get help and support and coaching in the areas that I lack. So I'm going to invite you to adapt this one question. One of the girls that I was coaching today, she was telling me this and this and that. I was like listening to her. And then I said, you're asking the wrong question. She's like, what do you mean? I said, I want you to consider, okay, I have something in my eye. I'm like, I want you to consider that you're asking the wrong question. And she goes, oh, my eye. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, because you keep saying, I don't have time, because she's a single mom, right? You don't have time. I said, but last week you put on something new on your plate and you figured it out. You figured out how to do the new things, still do your business, still be a mom, still cook, still clean, still do all the things. Why? Because you were being resourceful. So I asked her, and I'm asking you to ask yourself the same thing. I want you to ask yourself, how can I be resourceful? It's the power of the question is going to give you the answer. Okay, depending on the question will depend on the answer. Okay, so that's the first thing. You got to understand that your business is a mirror of you. So how do you change all that? Okay, I'm going to give you the how because you're probably like, okay, Karla, well, thank you for telling me that I need to fix all this. How do I do it? Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to invite you, join us in the 90-day Unstoppable Sprint because I'm literally, along with other women that are like-minded, it's a very small group. Okay, we are in there working on this every single week. And I personally send you exactly what you need to work on. Okay, so it's not like a cookie cutter for everybody. Like I actually personalize things for everybody. Okay, why? Because I understand that everybody's in a different location, in a different area. Nevertheless, if you take on these 5 things, it's really going to help support you. Number 1, hold the vision of your business. Hold the vision of the business that you are building. Number 2, set high standards. Number 3, make decisions faster. Stop overthinking things. I promise you guys, that is one of the biggest things that I notice when a woman decides. Okay? Then you'll figure out if it was a good decision or not. But if you're constantly like, I don't know, right? The other day I was coaching somebody and she was so beautiful. She's like, you know what? I just don't really trust myself. And that's a huge gap when it comes to business, because if you don't trust yourself, that's why you don't make the decisions. You don't choose. Just choose, right? Yellow or pink, choose. And then when you choose it, then you're like, oh, well, that wasn't a good choice. Now you can change it. But if you're constantly contemplating, you're paralyzed, and here comes another month, another week, and you still haven't launched your offer. You still haven't done the things that you know you want to do because you're still trying to figure it out. Just choose, okay? Number 4, take real ownership. And number 5, you gotta learn to have capacity for more. Okay? I could give you these $10,000 right here. That's how much this is. Okay? I can give you these look at this, you guys, look at this. Okay? I can give you these $10,000, but the question is, can you hold it? And I'm not talking about can you hold it with your hands? I'm talking about, can you hold abundance? Can you hold blessings? Can you receive? A lot of women have capacity to create, but because they don't have the capacity to receive, they are stuck, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to be working on in the 90-day sprint. So, okay, that's that.